All right, hot off the press. So this one comes from one of my clients, Katy Young. Now, Katy is a business litigation attorney in the state of California, and she shared with me an article from the ADR, which essentially detailed the fact that the American Arbitration Association has now unveiled their very first AI arbitrator. And the crowd goes silent. Yes, the AAA has introduced a tool that allows arbitrations to be handled much more efficiently, reducing the cost on the consumer and creating fairer, more just outcomes. Now, while I was slightly salty for not knowing about this before my client, it's okay, Katy. You're sort of in a league of your own, ahead of the curve. I will have to do some more research on this beyond my preliminary research. But what I wanted to share with you is that it's interesting that I have been exposed to this AI arbitration concept before. I attended a webinar about 2 years ago where my new friend Kimo Gendal, who was unknown to me at the time, and Jack Kiefaber were detailing their AI arbitration tool that they've created in-house called Arbitrus AI. Now, the whole concept of Arbitrus at the time was completely wild, and it was something that was a bold move, especially in a marketplace that was struggling to figure out how to reduce hallucination and figure out how AI slotted into legal workflows. Now, as you could probably imagine, the concept of Arbitrus has evolved over time, but it's basically a pay per matter arrangement where you pay a $2,500 fee to handle each arbitration. The way you do it is you list Arbitrus as the arbitrator of record in your commercial lease. And then if any disputes arise and this goes into arbitration, then their tool goes ahead and analyzes the contract, any material facts that would change the outcome of the arbitration. And then it analyzes previous sentiment and a whole host of primary documents, rulings, and data. It then ingests that information and compares that against existing precedent, primary documents like rulings, judgments, and then it's able to output its arbitration decision, which is legally binding. I remember at the time when I learned of this, I was completely mind blown that this is something that was not just a prototype, but it's something that was actually currently working and was already being used by firms at that point in time. So this is obviously a huge development in the legal community. I'll have to go through the full scope of the service and how it operates, what the billing model is, because already in preliminary conversations with Katy, we've talked about the potential implications for how it can be used, how does the billing model fit into an hourly based firm versus a flat fee firm, contingency, and so on. And Katy had an interesting use case, which was potentially using the platform to run a hypothetical scenario in order to input all the documents and the facts of the case, and then have the tool generate the most probable outcome so that she could use that to provide more robust legal services and ultimately help set expectations with her client as far as the strength of their particular case. So this is obviously just one use case, and there are undoubtedly more that we have not tapped into yet. So make sure to stay tuned as I dive through this platform and find out all the ins and outs. I will be delivering it to you straight from the horse's mouth. Of course, if you enjoy legal technology and tips on how to run a better practice using technology, make sure to follow me on LinkedIn, and then go ahead and check out our YouTube page where we have an exhaustive library of full-length content, explainers, tutorials, product reviews, everything legal tech is all there. And until next time, peace.